The story of Colonel Sanders, the man who proved it's never too late. Imagine you're already over 60 years old. You lost your business, you have almost no money left, and you're living on government assistance. Most people in that situation would have already accepted defeat. But one man decided to start all over again. He went through bankruptcies, fires, wars, and dozens of failures. He heard no more than 1,000 times. And yet, he created one of the most famous fast food chains in the world, KFC. This is the story of Colonel Harland Sanders, and after hearing it, you may never look at the word failure the same way again. A childhood that built his character. Harland David Sanders was born on September 9, 1890, in the small town of Henryville, Indiana. His childhood was far from easy. When he was only 6 years old, his father died. His mother had to work long hours at a canning factory to support the family. While she was at work, Harland took care of his younger brother and sister. That was when he learned how to cook. At first, it was simply a necessity. Someone had to feed the family. But over time, cooking became something he was really good at. By the age of 10, he was already working on a farm to help earn money. At 11, he left school. At 16, he lied about his age so he could join the U.S. Army. However, his service didn't last long because the truth was quickly discovered. After that, he tried many different jobs, searching for his place in the world. Years of searching and constant failures. Sanders worked almost every job you can imagine. He was a railroad worker, a firefighter, a streetcar conductor, an insurance salesman, a tire factory worker. He even tried to become a lawyer. He completed a law course and started working as an attorney. For a while, it looked like his life was finally getting better. But everything changed after a fight with one of his clients. His legal career ended almost as quickly as it had begun. Later, he sold insurance policies, but he was fired because of poor sales. He worked at a factory, but the factory closed. He tried other jobs, but none of them brought him real success. The years went by. Most people would have stopped trying, but Sanders never gave up. The birth of a legendary recipe. During the Great Depression, Shell offered him the chance to run a gas station in Kentucky. That was the moment that changed his life. To earn more money, he started cooking homemade fried chicken for travelers. At that time, there was no restaurant, just a small kitchen. But people began stopping there just to eat his food. The demand grew so quickly that he soon opened a full restaurant next to the gas station. That was when Sanders spent years perfecting his recipe. He experimented with different spices, searched for the best way to fry chicken, and looked for a method that would cook it faster without losing its great taste. Eventually, his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices became one of the most famous trade secrets in the world. 1,000 rejections. But even after creating the perfect recipe, success did not come right away. Instead, new problems began. His restaurant caught fire. Competition was so fierce that one conflict with the owner of another gas station ended in a shooting, and one man was killed. During World War II, his business almost came to a stop. Then a new highway was built that bypassed his restaurant, and most of his customers disappeared. He had no choice but to sell the business. At the age of 65, he was left with almost nothing. His monthly government check was only $105. It seemed like the end. But that was the moment he made the most important decision of his life. He started traveling across the country, offering his chicken recipe to restaurant owners. According to many accounts, he heard no 1,009 times before someone finally agreed. Most people would have given up after the 10th rejection, or after the 100th, but not Colonel Sanders. Worldwide success. In 1952, the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened. Over the years, the business grew rapidly. By the age of 75, Sanders had become a world-famous businessman. His white suit, black bow tie, and friendly smile became recognized all over the world. In 1964, he sold most of the rights to the company for $2 million, a huge amount of money at that time. Even after the sale, he remained the public face of KFC and traveled around the world, helping open new restaurants. When Colonel Sanders passed away in 1980 at the age of 90, KFC already had about 6,000 restaurants in 48 countries. Today, KFC operates in more than 150 countries, with over 30,000 restaurants around the world. Ending. The story of Colonel Sanders is not just a story about fried chicken. It is the story of a man who refused to accept defeat. It reminds us that failure is not the end of the road. It is simply